Well, yeah, it's a great question. I guess when you're just starting, you don't know what you don't know. So probably the best advice I could give you is be curious, ask questions, try and understand not just, how do I do my job, but why is this my job? Why is this what people are asking me to achieve? How do I fit into the bigger picture? What's going on in the broader business? How can I help somebody else be successful? A lot of people who are just starting out don't really understand that it is a team sport. And just like any other team sport, your teammates need to be able to rely on you as much as you need to be able to rely on them to help you when you've got a problem. And so, taking the extra time to say, hey, is there something that I can help you with? And in my experience, every time the answer to that is yes, you're going to learn something that's valuable to you at a future point in your career. So being curious and being helpful when you're just getting started is a fantastic way, to meet the team, to learn more about what's going on, and to make yourself a valuable team member. Now, as you've progressed through your career, especially if you started in 2008 and, in the middle of financial meltdown and you're a little bit more senior now in the career, you've just lived through the greatest economic boom that we've seen in many years. And it was relatively easy. There was an abundance mentality in business that basically said, if you could get the resources, the business was out there to go get. And that style of operating in business has now been kind of a pattern that we've enjoyed for a very long time. We're just about to enter a much more volatile period. And that volatile period is going to shift from an abundance mentality to a scarcity mentality, where we can't get the resources. We don't have the people, we don't have the physical products, the supply chains aren't working, the macroeconomics are going to be tougher. We're going to see inflation continue to zoom. We're going to see macroeconomic challenges as people introduce cryptocurrencies and the federal governments lose control of some of their currencies. So it's going to be a volatile time.
Yeah.
And in a volatile time, as we're shifting from this abundance opportunity space to a much more constrained scarcity space, obviously management styles are going to be impacted, right? So what we took for granted, things that worked for us last year, probably won't be working for us next year. And really thinking through that from a people standpoint is the first thing that I would do if I were in a leadership position and I was trying to think about how to lead into the future. We have to be better at creating the place people want to work, as opposed to thinking that command and control and edicts and things like that are going to be effective in how we lead our people. I think the teams that we lead want clarity. They want an inspiration. They want a purpose that they feel connected to, but they also want to be in an environment that doesn't feel overly scripted in terms of what they do and how they do it. They want the opportunity to show that they can actually create value and bring something to the table. And so I think having a more flexibility in the leadership and really focusing on whether you're creating a place people really want to work is going to be one of the most important skills for those people who are a little bit higher up in the leadership chain.